Hello everyone, Rockstar69 here, and it's fade out time as we take you with Juan Pablo Montoya's Williams from 2003 with this BMW engine in the back of it. Yeah, well I certainly hope you enjoyed that one, folks, because that 2003 Williams BMW was an absolute beast when it was going up against Michael Schumacher in his Ferrari 2003. What a few races, well, including Monza. But we didn't win Monza there, we won Hungary instead, and we finished first in the Pursuit Challenge, which is always good, and it does help the reputation. So I think it's time to get on to the main focus of this video.
Congratulations on your success in the invitational event. It might not help you in the championship standings, but it definitely helps to build your reputation.
Yeah, we ain't got all episode. So welcome along then, folks, to episode number 29 for the SpScore Racing Point team, season number 2, and it's the Canadian Grand Prix. And finally, we get that chassis upgrade that we so desperately desired. Pricks. Qualifying could be interesting towards the end of it. I'm hoping not. But there's our contract. We negotiate a new one at the end of France. Good. But yes, it's episode number 29, the Canadian Grand Prix, with SpScore Racing Point around the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. So there's our chassis. Thank you. There's our power. There's that power. All good. So, powertrain, we are still the best. We are still the best. We are number 1. Chassis, we're 3rd worst. We got to work on it though. Haas and Williams are the best chassis. What the fuck is that bullshit? Even if we got those 2 minors, we'd still only be second best, 3rd worst. So we need to really pump up the chassis. As far as the aero is concerned, oh wow, we're not best aero anymore. Renault were best aero. Where have Renault come from? Who are they when they're around? Oh, look at that. Renault brought some absolute mega updates. That's got to be a major at least. So have Williams. Well, look at Williams, man. They were down 3rd bottom and now they're 4th best. That just shows you the power of development. Albon was the catalyst there. Alex Albon. Who knew, huh? Who knew? We'll take all that stuff into Canada, try and preserve the new stuff for France, but let's go take a look at the championship, and 6 victories out of 6. We're perfect. And leading the way from Lewis Hamilton. Sergio Perez in 2nd place, still on 69 points, you dirty bastard. Valtteri Bottas, Devon Butler, Kevin Magnussen, Charles Leclerc, Alex Albon, Sebastian Vettel and Max Verstappen round out your top 10 in points. And in the Constructors, we're almost 100 points ahead of Mercedes. And then comes Haas, Ferrari, Williams, Red Bull, Renault and McLaren. And still, yet to score after that crazy Monaco Grand Prix. Weber, the two Toro Rosso, Stroll and Kvyat, and Raikkonen and Giovinazzi for Alfa Romeo. Anybody's guess if they're going to score points. I don't think they will, if we're being completely honest. But time to go to Canada, where we won again last year. So we're going to get practiced around this brilliant circuit, and then we are going to qualify on pole position. You have my word. Guaranteed, or money back. And then, as soon as done that, it's go time for the Canadian Grand Prix.
We're back once again beside the St. Lawrence River here in Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. The event first moved to a variant of this track back in 1978. It was won by none other than Gilles Villeneuve, the first Canadian to ever win his home race, and in whose honour the circuit would be renamed. We'll be seeing top speeds of around 210 miles an hour here at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, with around 2/3 of the lap taken at full throttle. High-speed chicanes spell potential danger, especially at the infamous Wall of Champions. And watch out for overtaking into the hairpin and the final chicane. Anthony Davidson is here once again for today's Grand Prix. Let's talk about Paul. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and Paul completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Bottas, Leclerc, Sergio Perez, and Russell, Grosjean, Magnussen, Verstappen, and Lando Norris, Hülkenberg, Butler, Alexander Albon, and Faber, Gasly, Raikkonen, Sebastian Vettel, and Daniel Kvyat, Stroll, and Antonio Giovinazzi starts from the back of the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
We're in a very good position today. Let's see if we can do even better in the race.
Yeah, you know I said pole or your money back. Well, I think it's your money back. Lewis Hamilton absolutely did us in qualifying. But, and we are not happy with that. So it's going to be P2. But we can still win, because I think we won from P2. Well, we were P2, and then we got promoted to pole. So we would have won from P2 anyway. So I'm hopeful. There's nothing there to say about that. But one stop. It's lap 7, off the softs onto the mediums. And that silver car over there, that is the target. Let's do this one, folks. Let's win it. Here we go then, folks, for the running of the Canadian Grand Prix from second position on the grid. Lewis, you're lucky, folks. Lights are out and it's lights down, and away we go. And those pesky Haas cars are already past us. That's not what we want to see as we fling it up their inside. Excuse me, coming through. We want second place back. That's our second place, it's not yours. And you better stay there as well. Bloody pesky Haas car. I don't know what's. I hope there's an R&D reset and the Haases get sent right back down where they belong. And where they belong is not where I need them to be, because where they belong is down the back of the field. Then we'll see Leclerc and Bottas there. Look at Bottas gaining on us. He's having a look into turn 7. And we go over the rumbles of turn 8. That could have ended badly. But look at Hamilton disappear. This is going to be a much tougher race than I thought it would be, folks. But you know, we can live and try. We're going to do something to try and get hold of him. That Mercedes up at the front end, it has power, but it doesn't have as much as we do. We fling it over the curve, get a warner for cutting the championship chicane. But that is one lap done as Lewis sets the fastest lap. But it's first lap. The night is young. The night is, well, I should say the race is young. The race is everything that it needs to be as we go through turn 3 and 4, then into turn 5. Turn 6 is nothing, and then this is turn 7 and 8. I think we got that right. No, that's turn 7. That's too much. Turn 5 doesn't it doesn't exist really. Then into turn 8 and turn 9 over the chicane. Another warning for exceeding the... we're going to have to really lay off doing that as we break it down into the hairpin at the bottom of the circuit. And now it's all about the horsepower of this engine heading up to Champion Chicane. You can see we're gaining on Lewis all the time as we switch to see what happens here for P11 here between Alex Albon and Lando Norris. Alex Albon had a bad qualifying. He should make up for it here as he flings it down the inside of the McLaren. But I think the McLaren's going to just get it, but they're going to go still side by side through to turn number 1. We've got more action going off behind here. What the hell is that shit gaggle? I don't know, but let's find out what's going on here. As we go to, who is that? That is Kvyat and Raikkonen via P18, and that's going to end in tears. Is Giovinazzi going to get involved? Yes, he might. No, he won't. Yes, he might. No, he won't. Have a think about it. Kvyat holds P18. Kimi's on the hard tyre as well. That could come into play later in the race if the Alpha brought anything with it to this race. I doubt it, because it's an Alpha. But we have the fastest lap of the race so far. As so we see Sergio, he's got George Russell behind him. This is the fight for P5. Best of the rest behind the myself, Mercedes, and those two pesky Haas cars. As we, whoa! Look at George fling it right into the final chicane, and they're side by side, and also behind them side by side is Magnussen with I think that was Grosjean. There, that's going to end good as Russell gets past Perez. Let's see how Grosjean and Magnussen ends. Going through turn 2, coming to turn 3, and around the outside he'll go. Down the inside, and Magnussen's got his man, and move him up into P7. As we go back down the field. Now, here's this stuff that was kicking off. So it looks like Devon Butler is going to get past Hollywood Lance Stroll here for P14. That was easy. And you wouldn't surprise me if he even gets past one of the McLarens here. Yes, that's Lucas Weber for P13 he's having a go at. Devon Butler is on a charge. Devon Butler is on the move. He may be smug. He may be a ponce. But he's got P13. And that's all that he really needs to... Oh. So that's Kvyat's race over. Kvyat's race is over, even before it starts. Unbelievable. Yeah, he's going to park it up there. That's not a bad place to park it up, mate. I will gladly have that off you as Stroll's about to be passed again. Who's this by? It looks like it's by... the man Gasly. That's P15 for for the man Gasly, and that's job done for that. Now looks like Perez has got DRS on George Russell. This is going to be a pass. Look at this, Mercedes on Mercedes. He's gone for the inside. That is an ultra aggressive defending from George Russell. He's going to get the job done, I think. Yes, he is just about. And watch Kevin Magnussen, because he looked like he had a hell of a run coming out of the chicane here. But speaking of a hell of a run, it looks like Stroll's going to get past the man Gasly. What the frick? That wasn't in the plan. That almost certainly was not in the plan. I think there'll be words exchanged there, as looks like Vettel's going to have a go at the man Gasly as well. But if the lines are everything to go by Vettel, the man Gasly should hold that out and retain P16 ahead of the German. What are the Ferraris doing back there? They had awful qualifying. Absolutely awful indeed. As we go into the hairpin at the bottom. Now look how close we are to Lewis Hamilton. We've got DRS. Will we attempt to pass on him?
To manage this, we'll need to...
Maybe not at the moment. Will Perez finally get past George Russell? He's a lot closer than he was last time. I'll have a go on the outside. That's a bit ambitious and a bit brave and a bit stupid, because here comes Magnussen, here comes Grosjean. Oh, we're going to have to wait and see how that works out, as the man Gasly is lined up by Vettel. And that is quite, well, I thought it would be easy, but it's really not. Look at the Honda and the Red Bull really pull it along the straights, and Vettel's now going to sling into the outside. Excuse me, I'm coming through, if you don't mind. That's my position, and my position only. And that will be job done. Move him up to P15. Now, how did this work out? Oh no, hold on, that's me! Oh, we got a run for the chicane. We got Hamilton into turn 1. Put him on the grass. Why not? Hello. That's how you do that. Now look at this gaggle. I mean, they could end up being all over the place down into the chicane. But Magnussen's there. You got Grosjean, and that looks like Verstappen. We're looking at the wrong fight here. We're looking at Magnussen. We should be looking at the other two. There you go. Should be looking at Grosjean and Verstappen here. Looks like Grosjean's going to get that, is he? Oh, he might not. That's that's tight. You can't even see it through the trees. Yeah, sort that out, gentlemen. There you go. Verstappen has sorted it out for you. And move him up into whatever position that is for. P8, I do believe it is. As there you go. Grosjean's now got back past Verstappen thanks to DRS. It looks like Hulkenberg's going to have a go at Verstappen down into the hairpin as well. This is kicking off now. You got Alex Albon in close tenders. They may be 3 wide. I'm calling this right now. They may be 3 wide down into the chicane. But it looks like Albon's got past them. Well, they're not going to be 3 wide because Albon's got past Verstappen. And it looks like the Renaults are fighting each other. Hulkenberg and thingy. Oh, they almost were 3 wide. They are 3 wide. What are you doing, you nutters? That's not going to work. Yep, Alex Albon thought better of that. That's insane racing from this lot here. Absolutely nuts, absolutely insane. And Albon has not got his man yet. He's still trying to pass Nico Hulkenberg here. Will he get the job done now? Yes, he will. Finally. That is insane, folks. How is that not a crash? We'll never ever know, as Lance Stroll's about to be passed by Vettel, and that was very aggressive and very late and dangerous by Vettel. As Gasly's in close attendance, Stroll's going to try and keep hold of him here, but he's not going to do anything. It looks like the man Gasly's going to come past. Big lock-up from Hollywood. Lance Stroll and Gasly backed out of it, and backed out of it very, very quickly indeed. As Hamilton's now about to lose second place to Bottas, who almost put out the grass himself. Excuse me, how rude. That was ruder than Ravishing Rick in the WWE days. And P2 is Valtteri Bottas, and here come the pesky Haas cars. Not what you wanted to see. As Sergio Perez is lining up George Russell for P5. Go on, Sergio. Yeah, you got him, man. Go on, get the traction down. Get the boot. Get the boot. Thank you, P5. Best of the rest. Now we're back to the front of the field. This is live now, thank you, Lord. Bottas really is all over our case. We're trying to pit here, and Bottas has just took us for the lead. Look, oh my, did you see that? We've pitted, we got Hamilton. Oh, excuse you. Hamilton gives us the boot. And that was a bit naughty on Lewis's part. I'll have a word with him after that. So into our garage of 13 men holding rubber. Not 22 men. Actually, it's 14, isn't it? I digress. That's not what we intended at all. But out we come. We're coming out behind. Who is that? That's Devon Butler, I do believe. No, it's not. It's Sebastian Vettel. I do apologise. Oh, we almost collected the. We may have collected the wall on the outside of turn 4. But we've got freshy mediums. Freshies, as somebody likes to say. Oh, we do love our freshies here as we go to Hamilton passing Gasly for P10. That should be routine. I say it should be routine round the outside. Excuse me, I'm coming through. I've got to chase after this guy. And he's going to gladly come and chase us down. But so Vettel is P8. We're in P9 at the moment. As here goes Bottas, who has a relatively clean entrance in. Wow, I'm shocked. Yeah, you fuck up my pit light entry so you can have a better one. I'll tell you now, you better not come out in front of me, because if you do, I'm giving you the boot. Could have done with Sergio holding him up there, but I think that's us coming down the main straight here. Yes, it is. We're going to come out miles in front of Bottas. Hopefully, I tell you what, hopefully, I would have loved Vettel to get past Bottas there. But that just didn't happen. Now, what happened further back? It looks like, who is this? This is, this was the pass that saw Vettel lose P8 to us. Whoa, Vettel, we just absolutely tore it around the outside. That's why we got past Bottas. We just absolutely flung it in there, and that was what was needed, I think, because if we didn't do that, that was going to be game over. And then some as looks like, who is that? Who is that? That's Perez passing Leclerc for P6, and it might not be the only position. That's his position that Leclerc loses as Grosjean tries to get past Giovinazzi for P10, and looks like he'll get the job done nice and easy. Yes, he will. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you for playing. We'll see you in the next round. As tell you who's that? That's one of the Williams he's getting past. I think that was Albon. Or was it Joe? Was it George Russell? Maybe George Russell actually. I think it was George. You can't tell them numbers from a distance. That's just silly. So we're on lap 10. We're on lap 10. We're on lap 10. And Lord knows what else is coming. Because who knows what is coming? Who knows? We may be about to do a fastest lap of the race so far. As Bottas and Hamilton. Oh, now this will be a fight. I want to see this happen. This could be a good one for next season. If there's no R&D changes. Bottas and Hamilton and the Haas and the Mercedes. And if I stay at Force India, I don't think I will. I think we'll disappear for somewhere else, and Hamilton's got P2. Thank you very much. That was job done. Great to ease. Who are we going to now? Who are we going to now? Looks like Russell and Leclerc. Oh, God. Jesus Christ, it is George Russell, and Leclerc is going backwards. What is wrong with Leclerc? He's also losing out to Magnussen here. Something's not right with Leclerc. And I want to know what it is, because that doesn't sound right. And speaking of not right, looks like Giovinazzi's going to be passed by Max Verstappen for P11, and that should be done easy. Yes, it is. Now watch that Renault behind them. Yep, here he goes. It's Hulkenberg, P12 on the line, and there may be a few other positions on the line as well as they go down to the chicane, but we'll have to wait and see what they are. As looks like Leclerc is that Magnussen? That's Magnussen's line up George Russell for P5. Excuse me, come through. Here's Leclerc. Has Leclerc fixed his problem? We'll never ever know. I don't think he has, because he can't get close to Russell. And that's P5 for Kevin Magnussen. Best of the rest, I would say. Oh, no, it's not, because Perez is there as Albon. Is that Albon? Yes, that is Albon. He's fighting Grosjean for P8. And Albon's got him. Wow, around the outside. That was incredible. Oh, we've got a yellow flag up ahead. What's going on? Sorry, behind them. I wonder what's going on here. As we go to, who is that? That is Verstappen, about to be passed by Hulkenberg. Yep, for P10. That's tell you what. That's that was almost Devon Butler, but Hulkenberg's got the job done here. Now, what are we looking at here? Why is this McLaren closed? Look at that, Vettel's past that McLaren. That was easy. Now what kicked off here? Where's Giovinazzi go? We are missing one Italian, and I've got a feeling what's about to happen here. So there goes Butler. Ah, Giovinazzi. No, we missed a McLaren as well. Giovinazzi was going in the pits, and he just assassinated Lucas Weber. I believe that was. Yeah, it definitely was Lucas Bieber as we've moved onwards now, and here comes Bottas trying to pass Hamilton again for P2. Not going to work, mate. Round the outside never works. Well, we'll say round the outside never works, but it does. P2 for Lewis Hamilton as we go backwards to Leclerc, and he's continuing woes. I don't know what his problem is, but he needs to sort it out pretty quick because Albon's just passing with the greatest of ease, and I think that might not be the only car as here comes Grosjean trying to get past his compatriot. But that will be P7 for Albon, P8 for Grosjean, and Leclerc is slipping backwards through the field quicker than a fish through someone's fingers. Fish fingers. Now I'm thinking of food. I'm thinking of food a lot. I should really stop thinking of the food. Yummy, 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 get in my tummy. As someone would not say, but through the hairpin we go. Hamilton's not too far behind, but he's in this fight with Bottas. If we can keep Hamilton and Bottas in that fight with each other, that would help me out greatly. It would allow me to just get away. Speaking of trying to get away, Kevin Magnussen's trying to get away from George Russell. Perez is way up the track, and look at that. Russell's got the speed, he's got the momentum, and he's got P5. Fair play to the Englishman. As we go back to the hairpin, that is the man Gasly. No, it's Verstappen attempting to move on Hülkenberg. That will be for P10, the last of the points paying positions. You got that Ferrari in a close attendance there. 3 wide, folks, down to the chicane. That's still 3 wide. Vettel's just nubbed Hülkenberg. That might not be over yet because Butler's getting into it with one of the McLarens. I think that's Lando Norris. You've got Vettel and Verstappen side by side. Verstappen should get that. Yes, he does. Let's go back down the field to that fight between... well, we're not going to because that must have sorted itself out for the better. But that was some insane racing there, folks. And I mean completely insane. We're dealing with some of the most insane drivers in the world. And a lot of them are actually very, very insane. As Kevin Magnussen lines up George Russell. Now let's see if George gets the same treatment from K-Mag. Yes, he does. No! So that tells me that Williams has got superb straight line speed. Absolutely superb straight line speed. And it actually holds P5 for the moment. Fair play to the Englishman, Kingling's number 2 driver, as his teammate Alex Albon tries to pass this Renault into the chicane. That's not going to work out. That Renault's got some oomph to it. It's got some proper oomph, and he might be susceptible here to a pass from Charles Leclerc, who may have sorted his issues out. He may not have sorted his issues out, but oh, there's a bit of contact. Get the boot, says Grosjean. But Albon says, no thanks, I'll keep P7 if you don't mind. As Butler, is he going to pass Hülkenberg or is he going to defend from Hülkenberg? He's going to defend. I think Devon's got an issue. Because he's side by side with Hülkenberg into the chicane. Well, if he's got an issue, couldn't have happened to a better man. Not. And Hülkenberg's got Devon, and that's P11 for the German. Meanwhile, we're on lap. Oh, we got very deep into the hairpin. Hamilton and Bottas are right on our case now. We have been saving what we can to try and get away from them, but whew, it's not that easy, folks. It is not that easy at all in the slightest. As we come through with 4 laps to go. And we'll go back to this fight for P7 between Alex Albon, Charles Leclerc and Roman Grosjean. And Grosjean's going to try out slipstream the Williams. He does! That's incredible. That Renault's got some pace. Mental note to self. Renault have pace. As Gasly tries to pass Lucas Weber for P14. Also, it was Norris that got the boot from Giovinazzi. I do apologise. But Gasly's got that move done, and that Honda is past him. Thank you very much for P14. As we go back to the fight here, that's Leclerc trying to pass Albon. Has Leclerc sorted his issues out? He may have done. If he does, that's going to bring him back into play. back into play big time as well as he tries to get past Albon into turn 3. That's not going to work because Albon's got to have the momentum and the speed. But I tell you what, on the grass was Alex Albon. And I think Leclerc's got him. Although big lock-up from Charles Leclerc. And he'll take P8 off Alex Albon for the moment. And I say for the moment because look at this. It is all kicking. What has happened here? It's all kicked off. Because now you've got other cars involved here. Verstappen, Hulkenberg, Vettel, Butler. Leclerc was on the grass. They could end up 4 or 5 wide down into the chicane and no one would blame them. They're all over the place. They're all trying to fend from each other. They're all trying to get their own lines. So Albon's come through. There's Leclerc. Looks like Verstappen and Hulkenberg are fighting. You got Vettel and Butler in close attendance. That's not going to work. Well, look at that slip momentum swing that Butler's trying. That's not going to work though. Because Verstappen will just take his line. Thank you very much. And speaking of not going to work, hello, we got problems. Here comes Hamilton. Oh, around the outside goes Lewis. We'll just fling it in there if you don't mind. Excuse me, come through. By the way, P3's back there. Lewis, go and deal with it. And you better deal with it very quickly, because if you don't, I'm going to deal with you. And Bottas wants P2. He wants to have a go at me. Yeah, come on, I want to have a fight with Valtteri. I'd love a fight with Bottas if you don't mind. I think it could be rather entertaining. But Bottas is past Hamilton. And into P2 he goes. Hamilton will try and contest, but no contest. Thank you very much. Keep him in P2 as we go back to this fight for P8 between Leclerc and Albon. And they've all sorted themselves out finally. And Leclerc, that Haas has got speed with that Ferrari engine. It's not quite past yet. But he's going to have another go. Mercedes versus Ferrari down into the first corner and he's got him. And Hulkenberg is that. Whoa, look at Hulkenberg swing through. He wants P9. Get the boot, says Hulkenberg. And he's got the boot, I think. Yes, he has. Excellent move there as we go back to the hairpin and see this fight between Lucas Weber and the man Gasly for P14. Should be an epic fight as well. And that is side by side down to chicane, but looks like Weber's got him. And he has got him. Fair play. We're on lap 17 here. You remember us? Hi, how you doing? Bottas is coming, and coming quickly. Although we're in overtake and he can't get as close as he would like to us. As we fling it through the chicane, we're going to come and start the final lap of the race as Hulkenberg now going to have a go at Leclerc here. I tell you what, if Hulkenberg has a go at Leclerc, it might be worth considering this Renault for next season. Unless we get big time R&D upgrades. But no, look at that, fair play. Leclerc's keeping his distance. Excuse me. And he's keeping some momentum there, and thank you very much. That is P8 still for Leclerc. As we go back to Weber and the man Gasly fighting over P14. And will Gasly give Weber the Weber treatment? Yes, he will, and he got DRS, and that should be job done. Down to the chicane. Thank you very much, says the Frenchman. I'll take that. And there's Lando. He's found himself with Hollywood Lance Stroll of all people. How are you going to work this out, Lando? You're going to go for the late one, aren't you? Yeah, big late dive bomb into the chicane. Why not? Excuse me, I'm coming through. But no, Hollywood's going to hold on as best he can. But he can't hold on for too much longer. Because that is P16 for Lando Norris. Meanwhile, coming up to the chicane. Oh, all three of us are separated by a blanket. But I don't think it's going to matter. We're going to come through the chicane. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, yes, it's victory number 7 on the season. Come on! Oh, this car is amazing! Nothing's going to stop us now.
Racing Point deserved a win today, and they got it. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, I know it's a bit of a boring answer, but the truth is they simply had the best speed package on the day, and a driver who knows how to take advantage of that. It doesn't matter how much time you spend poring over the stats and planning strategies if you can't keep the pace, and our winner today showed they could do both.
Racing Point's performance today has shown that they can be competitive with the veterans of the sport. They're making their way out to the podium now as we speak, and the reaction from the crowd must be incredibly uplifting for them. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Poole increases their championship lead. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
I have to say Sebastian Vettel certainly caught my eye during today's race. Incredible driving.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Racing Point continue to run away with it out in front. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
I'll tell you what's next, Crofty. Perhaps victory number 8 at the French Grand Prix. Woohoo! P1, baby, and the fastest lap of the race. It's another full sweep weekend for us. Nothing can stop us. We're like that rollaway juggernaut. It's all getting very, very, very tasty. I will admit there. Bottas finishes second. Hamilton third, Perez good finish for fourth, more points for Force India. Magnussen, George Russell P6, then Roman Grosjean, Charles Leclerc finished 8th. Oh well, tough luck. That's what you get. That is what you get. Nico Hulkenberg and Alex Albon round out the points finishes for this race, and then one DNF, the man Kvyat, unfortunately. If it goes wrong for him, it goes really wrong, and goes wrong badly. But speaking of going wrong badly, we've got to go see someone. She'll have some burning questions for us. Not.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that.
Of course I am. 7 in a row, baby.
You're breaking all expectations.
The secret is that it's none of your business. That's what the secret is. But it's about having a great team. And a car as well.
So talk us through what happened.
What happened is that I beat him. It was that simple. I was first, he wasn't. Therefore, I win.
There was some contact between you two. What happened out there?
He needs to look where he's going. He might get hurt. This isn't a video game.
Wasn't the cleanest race.
No, I was an idiot magnet today, that was for sure. Oop, rep decrease.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Well, thank you. Nice to see she was nice. That's easy for me to say. Nice to see she was nice about the questions today. But yeah, we're winning both rivalries. Easy, easy, easy. As someone doesn't say. Hopefully we get a good haul of points out of that. 12:42. Not bad. Not bad at all. Everything's going up. That's fine and dandy with me.
Well done. Keep pushing like this.
Yes. Okay. If you say so, Claire. If you say so. What messages we got? Oh, Roberta Reed. Okay. We must wish you up on the podium with me today. It can be a little frustrating to see a former teammate performing well. However, I'm mostly just happy that one of us made it on the podium. He's very humble. Is Lucas? I like him. Your R&D team have been working non-stop this season. No, they've not. Nothing. Had a good fight with Lando, and good good, and you could say that. Yeah, because Mr. Smugface. What would you say, Sebastian's star level? They're absolutely still my level. Is the reason I do so well. You must be ecstatic with how you're performing. Yeah. Me and Sebastian always are pretty similar drivers and skill. Yeah, okay, whatever. I get the feeling that Butler's trying to force Vettel out.
Well done. As long as you're in the same car, they'll always be your #1 rival.
Because Butler is outperforming Sebastian in that car. That is a fact. Devon Butler is OP at the moment. Although he could do with an OP car. And maybe one day I'll be in that Ferrari. So, 1242, what can we buy? What can we buy? Well, I reckon we buy that. And we get it for Austria. So we take no developments at all to France. And just go with what we got. Because we did pretty well with a weak car in France last year. We got a stronger car, so surely we could do something good. So we'll get that major. That'll be on the car for Austria. Worst case scenario, it'll be on the car for Britain. But yeah, not gonna lie, it's not gonna be easy. So when we get our resource bonus for France, we'll get those two. So we got a big chassis upgrade coming for the Austrian Grand Prix, which is what we need. And then we can start working on the proper stuff, which is the old power, the aero. So we can get a new engine, but what we're going to do is we're going to use the old one for practice. So hopefully that will go very well indeed. And if it doesn't, well, we're screwed. We can't take a new practice gearbox for some insane reason, even though we want one. And there is the championship, folks. 180! 7 victories out of 7. But guys, hit that like button. Hit that notification bell to get notified when the next video is online. Subscribe as well for more F1 2019, NASCAR Heat 4, Snooker 19, WRC 7 career modes, as well as other live streams when they come available throughout the week. And we live stream every day, folks. So hit the bell. You'll find out when we're online. But until next race around the Circuit Paul Ricard, it is leaves me only one thing left to say. And that is thanks for watching. And it is ta-ta for now.